still can't breathe. Oh, is there somebody who could help me? It's like the walls are giving in. Sometimes I feel like giving up. No medicine is strong enough. Someone help me. I'm crawling in my skin. Sometimes I feel like giving up, but I just can't. It isn't in my blood. It isn't in my blood. I need somebody else. I need somebody else. Somebody help me. I need somebody else. Help me. It's like the walls are caving in. Sometimes I feel like giving up, but I just can't. It isn't in my blood. It isn't in my blood. It isn't in my blood. I need somebody else. It isn't in my blood. I need somebody else. It isn't in my blood. All right, I'm ready. Are you guys ready? I'm so excited. I love Monday Master, you guys. It literally is like everything for me. It's like my favorite freaking day of the week. My favorite thing that we do every single week, you guys. Like, I don't know. We've been doing these for so long. Sorry, that was really up close and personal. We've been doing these for so long, you guys, Monday Mastery, and it's like, I don't know, we just decided one, because a lot of you guys are new, so I'm just going to kind of explain like what this is. So we basically started this, you guys, like, because another leader was doing like Monday team calls, and I was like, well, we should do Monday team calls, and it would be just like a really great time and place for everybody to come together. Like, you schedule it, you know it's coming, you know it's this day, and it's just like a really great time to look forward to. So we do this every single Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It seems to be a really great time that works for everyone. We've been doing this for, I think, like over a year now. And it's been really amazing. It's just like a great place for us all to come together, to be together, and to learn from each other. Sometimes we get interactive and we chat, and I'll let you guys ask questions and I kind of coach you guys. Other times, like tonight, I'm going to interview Sara Shaw, who's absolutely killing it in her business, and she's been doing this for for, I don't even know how, like a month, right? Like not that long, and like a little over a month, I think. And so I'm going to interview her. I'm going to ask her some questions, and it's going to really help you guys, I think, with some value and kind of understand like where her mind is at and how this is working and becoming so successful for her. So I think that it's actually going to help you guys a lot to hear from her perspective and everything. And it'll also, even if you guys are like seasoned veterans, it's going to help you guys understand like the mind of a new presenter, like somebody who's brand new, has no experience doing anything like this, and you're gonna be able to understand what is it that really got her going, like what was it that got her so motivated to do this, and what is it that she's finding so helpful about this and stuff. So I'm gonna ask her a lot of great questions. She has no idea what I'm gonna ask her, but I think it's going to be really awesome. And then other times, you guys, I'll just come on here and I'll just talk and I'll fire you guys up. I'll train you guys on something that I know everybody's kind of struggling with. I had a girl that just joined my team, and I think that she's on here. I sent her the link. I'm pretty sure that she's here. If she is, I'm super freaking proud of her for being here. Let me see where I think she is. Let me see. Brianna. I think she's here. I'm pretty sure she's probably here. Anyways, I just want to say hi to Brianna because I'm pretty sure she's on here. I sent her the link and she literally just joined like right before I hit start for this thing. So I was like, I'll be right back. I'm going to start my team call. And then I was like, hang on, just join it. So I think she's here. Anyways, if you guys want to like welcome her in the chat, that would be super awesome. Just say, welcome, Brianna. So anyways, I would really like to start this out, you guys, by asking you to definitely, in the chat box, you guys, shout out some things that you've been accomplishing. Like, it's been a really, really powerful month so far. We're having some incredible success. You guys are winning. A lot of you guys, like Darcy Gray, you guys, has freaking sponsored so many people. Sara Shaw has sponsored so many people. Tiffany Soma has sponsored so many people, you guys. Sherry Bradley has sponsored 22 people. The leaderboards are just like on freaking fire, you guys. And I'm really proud of everything you guys are accomplishing. Jennifer O'Neill has sponsored tons of people. Kara Brown, my girl Kara Brown, who's been struggling in her business for such a long time, is freaking seeing amazing results with sponsoring. Pam Osborne manifested being on all 3 leaderboards, and she's killing it, you guys. India, Virginia, Roberts, Karen Freeman, like so many people are just really killing it with sponsoring you guys. And so I just want to say I'm really proud of you guys for everything that you're accomplishing right now. Like, we're seeing a lot of success and a lot of lives changing, and I'm just really proud and grateful for you guys, and your consistency is paying off, and I hope that you guys feel really, really good about that. Okay, so okay, there she is. All right, so basically, you guys, I want to just give you a little bit of a rundown about Sara. So Sara, if you want to, let me unmute you really quick. When did you join? Like, what day did you join?
It was probably real close to the 1st of September. So I might be about 45 days in now, getting close.
Okay, so she's about 45 days in. And I think that you've sponsored what, like 11 or 12 people so far?
Yeah.
Okay. And what are your sales at right now?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know. Let's see. I'll look at my camera here because they just changed because I just brought on another sponsor. I just sponsored another one today.
Whoop, whoop.
So I went up a little bit. So I don't even know. Let me look. Trying to think what I sent you today. Am I looking at which one do you want to look for?
So you've sponsored 11, but I just don't know what your sales are. So if you go into my royalties, you'll see where your sales are.
All right. So I'll let you tell everybody what that means.
So if you scroll down on the screen until, is that as far down as it lets you go?
Yeah, because it's a picture. So
that's okay. It doesn't matter. You're wrong.
That's so funny because I have no idea what I'm doing.
What you're doing it. And that's just like, I mean, that just really goes to show you though, like you're rocking it, you know, like you, dude, this girl will ask me like daily, she'll be like, Amanda, how do I find my party link? Amanda, how do I do this? You know? And like, I'll guide her, you guys, and I'll let her know like where to find it. But I'm not going to be like, Beach, go find it yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to guide her and I'm going to point her in the right direction because you guys, she's in it and she's killing it and she wants this, you know, like I'm going to treat her with respect and I'm going to love on her. I sent her a little gifty in the mail, you guys, for killing it. And like, and I even wrote her a little note. I said, Sara, I said, don't forget to shout this out on your wall. This is great attraction marketing. Like, I'm guiding her. See that? I wrote her a card that was really heartfelt. And then I also gave her a little note that's teaching her, hey, like when you get something in the mail, this is great attraction marketing. And I'm teaching her, you guys, like I'm molding her and I'm building her and I'm teaching her these things to help her not only build her business, you guys, but to help her for when she's bringing these people on. I'm guiding her, you know, step by step, and I'm teaching her the things to do, you know, for when she brings people on, when she makes a sale, when she promotes. Like, I'm teaching these girls that have joined my team that have just hit yellow status or hit faster. I'm teaching them, hey, go post this on your wall. And I'm going to handhold them and I'm going to teach them what to say and what to do in the beginning. And then it's up to them to grab onto it and to catch onto it and to run with it, you know? So I'm teaching them, hey, go out there and post on your wall and say this, this, and this. You know, that post that I made in Shout Out Loud that Gabby, you know, had made, I told her exactly what to say and she did it because these girls are listening and they're very coachable and it's showing you guys, and it's paying off for them. So I've got probably like a handful of girls right now that are just absolutely killing it in their business. They're hitting yellow, they're hitting fast start, and they're just crushing it and they're having a great time in the process, you know? And so it's a really great feeling, and I want you guys to feel that feeling because it feels good to bring people onto your business, doesn't it, Sara?
It's amazing. It's changing lives. You know, I just got done with my live, like 8 minutes to spare before this video started. And I was telling people that I'm like, you know, I'm changing people's lives, and I tell them the comments that are made. And I said, dumber things than makeup have changed people's lives. So don't, you know, you may not get it, but for me, it makes a whole bunch of sense.
Right. That's right. And the way, I don't know if you guys watched her video, but let's just kind of dive into it. So I've been kind of like really watching what she's doing. And honestly, you guys, exactly, Sonia, like, isn't that so powerful? Like, you can feel that. And that's why she's having success, because she feels that. Sara like genuinely feels like she's changing people's lives. And that's why she's having so much success, you guys, because this means something to her, you know? And so she's really dug deep within herself and she wants this and she knows why she wants this. And I asked her on like the first or second day that she was doing this, I said, why is this important to you? you know, and we dug a little bit deeper, and she explained to me like why this is important to her, and I'll ask her to share that with you guys in just a minute. But what I've noticed about Sara is that she really, you guys, like she has literally, and this is why the training is so important. So many people get into this and they just like skim through it, or they read a few lines of it and they just ditch it, or and they think that they don't need it, you know, like she is literally, I can tell she's watched the videos in the training website. I can tell she's read the stuff in there because she's doing exactly what it says to do. She's speaking that way in her videos. She's following the scripts and she's sending the messages, you know, saying exactly what it says to say. And the reason why she's seeing success, you guys, is because she's doing that training website and she's doing it like she's supposed to. She's following along in it and she's reading it. She's watching the video. She's learning like what to say in live videos because there's a video for that, you know, like she's so coachable and she's doing those things. And so I want you guys to really know that like doing those things and coaching your team and reiterating that to your people, like you've got to go through the training, whether it's, you know, Sonia's training, all of the training, you guys, it works. Okay. As long as you believe in it and you're confident in it, it works. It doesn't matter if it's mine or Sonia's or Tiffany's or whoever's, like it works, you know? So you've just got to make sure that your people are in it and they're reading it and they're going over it. And as they do, you cheer them on and you make them feel amazing. So if you guys watch Sara's video that I posted in Lash Out Loud and Shout Out Loud, I don't usually recommend that you guys watch other presenters' videos, but I think that Sara's video is a great example of how to do this when you're new. Like the confidence that she exudes in that video is amazing. And the words that she uses, like she uses the word kit, like you can get my kit and you can get my kudos, my kit and my kudos, my kit and my kudos. And she keeps it super simple. And the way that she just kind of talks about it is like, she has people going crazy saying, I want your kit. She's not calling it a presenter kit. Like she's not calling it, you know, joining my team. Like she's just calling it a kit. She's saying you can get my kit for $99. It comes with $450 worth of makeup. And then you can get my kudos. And my kudos comes with blah, 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 blah. You know, but she talks about like why the kit is important, what comes with getting the kit, how it feels to have the kit, how it feels to be doing this with the kit, you know, and she just kind of like references the kit to all these amazing feelings that she's feeling, you know, and you can just tell that she feels confident in her videos. Like she's excited, she's happy, she's standing, she's like got that energy and it's contagious. Okay. So the way that I think that I became really successful, you guys, is I did exactly what Sara's doing. She is taking the training and she's looking at other people and I don't know if she's kind of like picking up on the mannerisms, you know, that maybe, I'll ask you that, like where you kind of like got that from. But I picked up on what other people were doing that were having success and I just kind of like put my own spin on it. And I started to use that language and I started to come up with my own language and I started to really just understand like what gets people to buy from me and what gets people to get my, you know, to pay attention to what I'm saying, you know. And if you pay attention to her body language and everything, you guys, like she's so excited and she feels it. Like you can tell that she feels it. And she was like demonstrating all the things that you can do with the liquid lipstick and she's just providing value. Okay, so write that down in big, huge work, you know, like in big, bold writing in your notebook. If you're taking notes right now, you guys, how can I provide value? Mm-hmm. Okay, she teaches people and she provides them value. She doesn't think in her mind, I just started, nobody's going to want to buy from me. She doesn't think in her mind, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know how to use this makeup. I don't know anything about network marketing. I can't be successful. She's like, screw this. I'm going to be successful. Like, I don't care what it takes. So, Sara, I want to ask you, what do you think that it was that really like that you joined my team and you were like, I'm doing this. So what was it for you that just really got you like excited about this and you wanted to run with it and you dove in or did you not dive in right away to the training? Like kind of tell me about the process of getting started and how that was for you.
Okay, so I've been following you, Amanda, for 5 years. I tell my friends, I say, I knew Amanda before her tattoos, and I've just been watching you that long, and
How did you find me? Let me ask you that. How did you find me? Do you remember?
You popped up in, I don't know if someone maybe had mentioned Unique. I think I had searched for it, and boom, there you were. And I've watched you for 5 years. Okay. And it's been the best. I signed up with you a long time ago, but just because I wanted the makeup, you know.
I didn't know this.
Yeah. And so, you know, I can't go into all of it because my husband and I are police officers, but with that, you know, comes a lot of trauma and it can. And, when I had my kids are 12 and 11 right now. I recognize that I can no longer work the road. I can no longer be in that negative environment. And I will tell you, I absolutely sobbed. I love you up there, Alex. I see you. I'm so proud to know you. I love it, service girl. So you get it, you know? And when a school resource officer job came open, which, you know, when you first get hired, you're like, that's the stupidest job ever. You know, who wants to babysit kids? And then all of a sudden the mommy bug bit me, and I never thought it would happen because I'm career driven. Oh, overtime. Yeah. Double shifts. Yeah, that's me. And oh my gosh, I became a mom, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I cannot do this anymore. It was taking a toll on me as a mom and raising my kids. So I've been off the road now for 10 years. I've been in the schools. I work the road very minimally, and I have my own version of bad days. And my husband has been working the road now for 20 years. And, you know, Alex, as you know, that baggage piles up. And right now we are trying to deal with the baggage that we have over the past 20 years. And we're in a good space because we are dealing with it. But I've recognized I am 5 years away from retiring. Can you believe that? I can retire in 5 years, and so can my husband. But is it financially the best thing? No, because we have an option to stay on top of that another 8 years. But this is what I've said to my videos a couple times when I talk about my why. You know, I kind of feel like, okay, so if I stay for those 8 years, it is such a benefit, and it is such an improvement of my life and quality of life because I'm earning more money. But it's a dangerous dance with the devil, and I'm not willing to go there. And I don't want my family to go there. And I just think to myself, when I retire, I need to make up, like, we basically would get like 60% of our wages. I need to make up 40%. That's it, Amanda, 40% of my lifestyle. And I have watched you, and I love you. And you're so relatable. I have just enjoyed every minute of your journey. The heartbreak I know has been so much, but I truly love your resiliency. I truly love that you are able to put that smile on your face every day and not let us know that you're suffering. And we do. We love you. And we just, you know, those of us that are here, you all know what I'm saying. We love this girl. You truly are a leader. I mean, I know you didn't know I've been following you for 5 years. I know that's new. But honestly, we adore you. We are with you every step of the way. And because of the things that you live, you make us stronger. And, you know, I know me personally, I question myself and go, oh my gosh, how is she doing this? You know, how does she do this? And I remind myself every day, she's got 4 kids. She's in an uphill battle right now doing her life. And I've got a full-time job and 2 kids. And, you know, it's like we all have our own stuff. But I just remind myself that, you know, that saying, you know, there's somebody out there working, you know, working just as hard or harder than you with more issues. Mm-hmm. And I love that saying. And I always remember there's always somebody out there who's battling a bigger battle. And, you know, so I think that as much as you know, share with us, we love it because it keeps things in perspective that when life gets hard, you can still persevere. And it's exciting to see how much strength you gain from all of us too. And it's a joy. I'm really excited to be here. So the difference maker for me this time around has been, I want to retire myself and my husband in 5 years. And I have a 5-year plan just because I have to make it to 25. But you and I both know that, you know, it doesn't have to take me 5 years to run to the top. And I'm not. I'm doing it scared. And every day I tell myself, Amanda says, do it scared. You know how many times I've texted that to Brandy? Hi, Brandy. You know, we remind each other every day, do it scared, do it scared. So you've motivated me, and, you know, on top of where I am in my life. So I'm really excited about it.
Oh, God damn it. Sorry.
Let me tell you guys really quick. I talked about this on my video. You guys, I just want you guys to know that this little note right here made my world. It made my year. It made my day. It made everything. You know, Amanda, you know, in the definition of celebrity, is not known worldwide, nationwide, but to us, she is. And when you've been following her as long as I have, not working with you, but just following you and knowing your story, this was $1 million in my mailbox today. Made my world, girlfriend. I love it.
That's so crazy, you know, because it's like, like hearing that, you know, it's like sometimes you just need to remember those things. Like for me personally, you know, because like I forget those things, you know, like in the hustle and bustle of my life and the things that I go through, like I forget these things, you know. You guys, like, I don't know if you guys think, I don't know what you guys like think kind of like goes on in my mind or whatever, but like for me, I go through, so you guys, like, gosh, I don't want to get emotional. I already have, so it doesn't matter. But like for me, like the past year and a half of my life, actually no, the past 2 years of my life, I would say, like ever since I filed for divorce and like started to kind of go through, you know, my divorce and stuff like that with my ex-husband. And for a lot of you guys don't actually know my story, but um I got divorced like about, I filed for divorce, I think like 2 years ago from my ex-husband, my first ex-husband. And then I, you know, as soon as our divorce was final, like a month actually before, or a month after our divorce was final, I got pregnant with twins, by my current husband, who I'm actually getting a divorce from right now. And it just all happened really, really fast. And like and now I have twins and they're 7 months old, and my life has been like a complete whirlwind. Like it's been a and that's putting it lightly. Like my life has been crazy. Like I haven't even been able to like process most of it, you know. And because I'm just constantly going, I'm constantly on the go, 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 you know. And for me, like during that stuff, and as I go through those things, like I forget the stuff that she just said about me. Like I forget the things that I've accomplished in 5 years. I forget the things that I've done. And then when I hit lows in my business, like those lows become the ultimate lows. They could be like a really little low to other people, but like for me, they become like a really big low. And it hurts really, really bad. And I beat myself up and I think to myself, like, there's no way I'm going to redeem myself from this. And I start to spaz out and freak out. Like, you know, there was one time where I thought like all of my leaders were quitting, and I was like, everyone's quitting and they're all going to leave and I suck and they hate me and all this stuff, you know, like because I'm going through all these things. And in my mind, I'm thinking everyone hates me. I'm no good at this. Like I've had my time and my run is over, you know. And I start to think like there's no way I could ever do this again. I'm just a has-been. Like I'll never get back to where I was, you know. But so hearing those things and remembering like I am that person for so many people, like it just really, like I needed to hear that, Sarah. So thank you for saying that. Like that's just like it really, like you just made my whole freaking life, honestly, like, just saying stuff, because like I really, like I forget that, like some, because I wake up and I look like this all day, you know, and I don't get to like,
love it. We love it.
Like it just makes me feel so grumpy all the time because I don't have time to like get dressed and get up and get ready. You know what I mean? And so like those things, like really, I know this wasn't about me at all, but like I really wanted you guys to know like how much just hearing those things and like knowing, you know, that I mean as much to you guys as you mean to me, like it just like is everything to me. Like you guys have all, even if you just joined today, like you've all changed my life and in more ways than you will ever know. And I'll never be able to fully express like what you've all done for me. And so just hearing those things, like you just made my whole life. So thank you, Sarah.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Whew, okay. So what I heard you say, aside from all that other stuff, was that, you know, for you, what changed was that you dug deeper sort of within yourself. And at this point in your life, your why is a lot bigger than what it was the first time around, you know, and you're a different person and you've had different experiences. But I think that what's happened is you've had time to sort of process, you know, where you are in your life and what you want out of it. And so I think that the important thing for everyone on here to remember, you guys, is that you've got to take that time to discover why you need this. You can't just be on autopilot every single day. You've really got to dig deep within yourself, like take some time to sit down and figure out, why do I need this? Like, what could this really do for me? Not like, oh, I want to make a bunch of money, you know, and whatever. Like, no, I saw Sarah Smith posted something today, and I don't know if she's on here. But she posted something, and it was like, she said something like, imagine a tree with no roots. Okay. Imagine a tree with no roots. And like, I read that and it hit me so deep. Like, imagine a tree with no roots. And then she said, you could just push that thing over. Like you could literally push a tree over that has no roots. Like, but a tree is so deeply rooted within the ground that like it withstands years and years and like centuries, you guys, and it's because it has roots that are just so deep down within the earth that like you couldn't move it if a tornado or a hurricane came through. You know what I mean? Like most trees cannot, they won't budge. And it's because they are so deeply rooted within the earth, like they don't move. And so you need to be really deeply rooted, you guys, within why you're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
You need to know what you're doing and why you're doing it. You need to know what this means to you. You need to like close your eyes for 10 minutes and just envision your future having success with this. And it has to be more than money. It has to be more than money.
Yes.
For me, what this did for me, you guys, and I don't think I've ever really dug deep into this, but like what this did for me in the process of coming up was it gave me a purpose. It gave me that almost like attention, or that like that, what's the word I'm looking for? Because I've never even really thought about this, to be super honest with you. I always just talk about how this has changed my life, and I did it for my kids because I didn't want to be a single mom again, but it's so much more than that, you guys, that I've never really actually dug into. And I think that for me, just hearing you say that and just knowing like what I'm feeling right now, I think for me it was just like the knowing that people, looked up to me, and knowing that I had like a purpose, that was bigger than me. Because my entire life, you guys, nobody believed in me. I had been fired from every job that I've ever had. Like nobody ever believed in me. I was never supposed to amount to anything. I dropped out of high school when I was 16. I never finished college, you guys. Like I was not supposed to do anything in life. I wasn't supposed to have anything. I wasn't supposed to be successful. And to be super truthful with you, my entire life, all I wanted was to find a man that made money to take care of me. Honestly. And that's why I married my ex-husband. That's why I married him, because he had a great job and like he wanted to take care of me. So I got with him and I married him. And I thought that I was going to live this great life and I was going to be with a man who was just going to take care of me and, feed me and put clothes on my body and buy me these nice shoes and everything, you guys. And it ended up being a nightmare. And so what I discovered about myself in that relationship was that like, I want to, because I found this business when I was in that relationship and he hated it, because I was finding something where I could become independent from him. And people will say like, oh, unique ruins relationships. No, unique helps us to find and discover our strengths that we've always had within us, but it helps us to unlock the things that we never even knew that we had inside of us. And that's what it did for me. It helped me to discover my inner freaking lioness, you guys, like my inner freaking rock star that I never could find anything to help me express what I actually was capable of. And I found it in this. Okay, I found who I'm truly supposed to be, and I found something that allows me to shine and be myself, and allowed me to step into my greatness and to step into this person that I didn't even know that I was. I've never felt more fulfilled and more excited and just more empowered in my entire life. And that's what this can do for you. And I really feel like that's what it's doing for Sara and like for so many other people, you guys. Like I just see this like thing radiating off of so many people, like Sara, like when she's live, like you can just tell like she just feels so good about what she's doing, and she has purpose and she has passion. Like I don't know if there's something deeper than that, Sara, that like maybe like you had a passion or a purpose with being a police officer or something, but like it wasn't what you expected, or I don't know. Is there something deeper than that there?
Well, I've always wanted to be, it's always cliche when people go, why did you become a police officer? And you go, to help people. But it's true. That is the answer, is to help people and to truly be a problem solver. My biggest motto in life is I get paid to make decisions all day long. That's what I get paid to do. And I can make them all the time. And, we always tell people, look, you either make them for yourself or you call us to do it. And I didn't have any problem. I didn't have any problem run into the danger. I still am compelled to do all of those things. But when my kids were babies, that's when I really realized, oh my gosh, being a mother is so much more important than this job ever will be. And so then it shifted to, a whole different version of my job. And so, instead of dealing with that bottom 10% of society that we're constantly arresting all the time, now it switches to this other half of society that are children. And I get to expose them to the best interaction they're ever going to have with a police officer, which makes my job down the road for my husband and all of my police friends that much easier, because they remember Officer Shaw, and they remember how cool she was, and they remember how fun she was, and they remember me jumping around in the front of the classroom and being silly, just like I do on these lives, you know? And I love it. One of my kiddos, by the way, his mom bought some mascara from me, and he goes, "Mom, is that Officer Shaw on your phone?" And she goes,
Aw.
"Yeah." And he goes, "What are you doing talking to her?" So she goes, "No, look." And he goes, "Well, that's cool. She's a cop by day and a beauty queen by night."
Oh my goodness.
So I love it. I love it. And I think it's been really cool for the kids to see that too, because I mean, listen, I come in with nails, I have pink handcuffs. I am all about personality because that's how I roll, you know? So I am animated. I've always been animated, and this is just kind of who I am. So
I
I don't
love
know. I
that.
worked for this, I guess.
I love that. And that's perfect too, because it's like, you know, and I know that there's got to be some people in here that are thinking to themselves, well, I'm not that. I'm not that person. I'm not animated. I don't have that. You guys, like, listen, I didn't have that either when I first started. I came into this business like a sheltered, scared, being taken care of by some super controlling man, like who never let me like do anything, you know, and I had to break free from that. I had to break free from that. And so if I can break free from that, you guys, and if I can like discover those things about myself, and if I can come out of that shell and I can discover who I'm truly made to be, you guys, it's a process becoming that person that you were made to be. Like, it's a process. And Darcy said this to me today. She said, you've got to fall in love with the process. And it's the truth, you guys. You have to, this is a process, and you've got to trust it. And you've got to fall in love with it. Some of you guys are going to you're going to hit really high highs in your business. You're going to hit a big, amazing rank, and then you're going to fall backwards, and it's going to hurt, and it's going to suck, and you're going to feel down, and you're going to feel awful, and you're going to feel like maybe you weren't made for it in the first place. Maybe you didn't really know how to get there. Maybe it was a fluke. Maybe, you know, it was just luck. Maybe you got lucky that 1 month or whatever. You guys, listen, no, that was all part of the process. And you had to get kicked up there and then get kicked back down in order to become the person that you're becoming today, to this very moment. But you have to love the process, and you have to be okay with getting kicked when you're down. You have to be okay with that. And you have to know that that is going to be part of your story. And it's going to be part of that inspiration that helps other people. You know, like Sara said, that she wants to help people, like it's in her blood. You've got to find, you know, you've got to find that thing about this that makes you want to stay with it, that makes you want to help other people, that makes you want to serve people and help them fulfill, you know, their dreams. So what can you do? Like, write this down on a piece of paper, you guys. Like, what can I do to help, to want to help others? Like, what can I do to want to help others? Okay. And for me, like, I'm going to be super real with you guys. Like, I had no compassion for human beings, like when I first started this business. And for those of you guys who knew me in the beginning, and you guys have been on my team for a long time, like you guys know in the way that I spoke to you, but that's because that's how I was spoken to my entire life, being raised. And by my ex-husband, like I was spoken to all the time like I was dirt. And it was the only way that I thought that, like, that's how I thought was correct, to be like almost like an authority figure and to speak to people. And so I spoke down to people a lot when I first started, but that was part of my journey. Mm-hmm. That was part of my process. Part of my process was treating people like shit and thinking that I was being a great leader, honestly. Like, that was part of my process. Like, talking down to people like, why aren't you working? How dare you? You know what I mean? Like, I was so, like, I had my moments, you guys. And I'm so grateful for the people that like saw the good in me in those moments where I thought that I was being a great leader, but I was really just being an a-hole. You know what I mean? And so that was part of my journey, and that was part of my process. So this is truly a growth journey, you guys. And I grew and I grew and I grew. And what happened to me that changed me was I did so much personal development that hit me in my soul and hit me in my core that made me fall in love with myself. I fell in love with myself, and I fell in love with what was truly possible in life. You know, I went and I saw Tony Robbins, like, and I just learned all this stuff. I went to GoPro. I went to all these events, you guys, and I felt the energy of other people who were learning and growing and breaking their barriers down. And I discovered like love, you know, and I became like the mushiest person on earth. And it's because I felt the love and energy from other people. you know? So you just have to trust the process. Like, don't give up on it so easily, you know? Like, Sara is like electric and she's like vibrant and she's like in this and she loves it. And you just have to find that thing about this that makes you feel the way that she feels, you know, like she loves this and she's all about it, you know, and you can feel that in everything that she does. And it's because she's got that passion for it. So you've just got to figure out what it is that's going to drive you and give you that passion. And there's a book by Simon Sinek, and it's called It Starts With Why. I don't know if you guys have time to read or listen or whatever. For me, I don't have time to read. I pick up a book and I buy all these books at Target and I just look at them. I don't ever read them. Sorry, I'm like being really gross with my freaking stuff. Like when I cry, I get really gross. But like for me, I go and I buy all these books and it's like the thought of having these books that just makes me feel so good, but I never read them. I always listen. I'm a listener. And so I'll buy the book twice essentially, you know, it's so stupid. But so figure out what works for you guys. Like if you're a reader, if you're a listener, and you guys like get on personal development and don't stop. I haven't done personal development as much as I should. And it's been really hitting me super hard. And so I just want to remind you guys like the importance of personal development. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have been able to speak at convention my very first time ever speaking on that stage, you guys, if I hadn't read the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. I wouldn't have had the confidence to do it. I wouldn't have had the energy to do it. I wouldn't have discovered the things about myself that Grant Cardone helped me to discover. And I literally only discovered it because I was listening to his voice in a book over and over again every single day. I would go to the gym. And that's another thing, you guys, like go to the gym, you know, like find time to get to the gym, do stuff for you that makes you feel good. You know, don't just like wake up and be all frumpy and icky. You know what I mean? Like get up and do something for yourself. Like that makes you feel good about yourself and your health. Like take care of yourself, you know? So I would go to the gym and I would listen to Grant Cardone. I would do all these things, you know, that made me feel good. And it really, truly, like when I felt good, my business was booming. I said positive things to myself out loud. You guys, like I did the things that made me happy and that made me feel good, which in turn made me a very successful business person, you guys, because I had confidence and I felt good about what I was doing. So you've just got to figure out like what it is that's going to get you moving and keep you moving. Because I know for so many of you on here, you don't have a damn clue why you're doing this. You just wake up on autopilot every day and you go through the motions and you don't know why you're doing this. You think you know, but you don't actually know why you're doing this. And I'm going to be I keep saying this, and I actually had a mentor one time that said, stop saying I'm going to be honest, because that insinuates to people that you've lied in the past, but I can't help it. That was the very first time that I really understood why I do this and why it's so important to me. Like when Sara said that stuff, it really like hit me for the very first time in 5 years of doing my business, why I've gotten to where I am and the process of like who I am and what has helped to push me this far. Because I became so laser focused and obsessed with what I was doing and I could never figure out why. Why did I become so obsessed? Why did I become so laser focused? Like what was it that kept pushing me? And it was the purpose and the passion that I felt for this. You know, I had never felt anything like that. Like I finally found the thing that gave me purpose. And do you want to know how I found it and figured it out? I opened myself up to it and I let it happen. You have to open yourself up to it, you guys, and you have to let it happen. So many of you guys resist it. You really do. And the way that you resist it is that you give up. You give up or you walk away or you tell yourself that you don't deserve it. Just like literally relax, you guys, and just open yourself up to what this truly could be. And open yourself up to the possibilities that this could give you. Like Sara had to go through this twice. You know, this is her second time doing this. And I think she's told me that before, but I don't think I was paying attention. I think that she had said that, but I was like on the go and I was so busy that I looked at it and maybe I like comprehended it, but I didn't actually comprehend it. But that's crazy for me to know. 5 years she's been watching me. Hello, what does that tell you? 5 years she's been watching me. You guys, 5 years she's been following me and she's finally like, okay, I'm doing this and I'm all in this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Crazy. And you heard what she said about me. Sara, this is the last thing that we're going to do. Okay. Let's just really quickly, a rock star like Sara Shaw, who's in this, she's committed. She's found her passion. She wants this. She's willing to do whatever it takes. You guys, Sara, what attracted you to me?
That you were so real. Every time you tell people, be real. If you're crying today, get on there and cry online. And I remember that, like, okay, guys, I just did that like wholeheartedly the other day. I poured my heart out and it about killed me, because it was a rough day. If you know, um, in this world, we unfortunately deal with suicide, and that was what happened. My husband and I learned about an important colleague in our worlds that, you know, had just happened, and we were devastated. And I got on here, and I mean, I didn't do a thing of makeup because, of course, I didn't even care. And I was so sad. And I just got on there and said, we know better. Take care of ourselves. You know what? When you aren't doing well, and you know it, and you know you need help, go get it. And, you know, for those of us that recognize someone struggling, you know, make sure that people around you know how much they mean to you. And I think the biggest thing that came out of my mouth, because I'm going to tell you, I don't normally go back and watch my videos, but I did that video because, one, I had no idea what came out of my mouth. I was so just distraught. And number two, I think I was so happy to go back and listen to it twice, probably more than that now that I think about it. And I think the biggest thing that, you know, I said in those moments was, I don't think we understand how important we are to the people around us. It's so easy to think that people don't support us the way they need to, or they don't love us the way that we need them to love us. But we are important. Mm-hmm. We are important to those people around us, whether they tell us that every once in a while or they've told us that once in our whole life. If something were to happen to us, people would notice. Yeah. When you're not on there every single night with your live video, people notice. You guys, I'm 45 days into it, and I have people going, hey, I missed you last night. And I'm thinking, are you kidding me? I never would have thought that, you guys. People message me, or on my next live, they're like, where were you? And I'm thinking, oh my God, Amanda was right. You guys, show up every day. I don't care if you're crying or not, get on there and blubber your face off. And it just works, because you know what? I had so many connections. I had so many people that were just so compassionate to that. And I didn't want to talk about that. I didn't want to get all upset about that, but I did want to convey my message. And so the biggest thing about Amanda, and this ties into it, she's so stinking real. She's so real. And I love that. Amanda, when you were talking about when I first started, I was so timid and whatever. Let me tell you something. I was watching you from the very beginning, and you were different, because I remember the day I flipped on, and it must have been like a few weeks or a month or whatever. And I flipped on and I went, holy crap, who's this girl? And you broke out of your shell, and you're all over the place, and you're laughing and you're funny. And I'm thinking, is she drunk?
I probably was.
It was so night and day, and I loved it. And you're like, you know what? And you said, you know what? You guys might think I'm crazy, but you know what? This is really who I am. And I loved it. 5 years ago, you said that. So I'm just saying, you guys, be real. Don't talk about stuff that you don't believe in. I loved what you said on today's video in your car today, when you said, you know what, sometimes I don't like the kudos, so I focus on the you know, the bundles. I love that, because if you don't love it, don't pretend that you're excited about it. Don't do it. And that's, I think, the biggest thing. I love it. I love that you're real. I love that you're honest. I love that you always find another way around something that you don't love that makes sense. It's amazing. I love it. That's what drew me to you. You're a problem solver 101. I love it.
And that's what leaders do, you guys. And that's something I learned from John Maxwell, is leaders are problem solvers, you know? And so I learned that a long time ago when I learned actually from Amber Voigt, like, you've got to grow, and you've got to freaking, you know, push yourself outside of your comfort zone and like look for other ways to grow that other people aren't doing. And so I leashed onto John Maxwell, you guys, and he's been like a huge mentor of mine. And I've actually gotten like to know him personally. And that's where I learned that from, is like being a problem solver. But it's funny that you say that, because I remember like my very first live video, like I remember I was so scared, because when we first started, like there was only pre-recorded videos, and it was like really, really freaking awful, because you had to edit it and do all this crap, because live videos didn't exist yet. And we actually had to do like Periscope lives. I don't know if anybody knows what a Periscope is, but like we had to do Periscope lives for training and stuff, and it was really weird. And anyways, I remember my very first live video, I was announcing some kind of something, and I danced around in my living room, and I did this crazy stuff, and I was like, how can I be as crazy as possible? And I was so nervous and I was so scared, but I still did it. You know, I still did it so scared. And I'll never forget getting off of that first video, you guys. Like, I was shaking and I wanted to cry and I wanted to scream and I wanted to do all these things. But I was like, I did it. I freaking did it. And I became like addicted to it. Like, it was like an addiction that I didn't even know that I had, you know? So just remember what she said, you guys. Like, you know, some of us don't feel like we have this energy within us, you guys. I didn't feel like I had this energy within us. I actually used to get crippled with anxiety just speaking to someone in person. And I still get that way. Like, I still feel like people look at me like I'm psychotic, you know, because of the way that I look, and I still struggle every day. And I don't know why I deal with that. I have no idea why I feel that way, but like, I struggle a lot, you guys, and you would never know that I struggle. Okay. You would never know that I struggle because I don't talk about it. And I do talk about it because I'm super open and honest about everything, but like, you would never know in the way that I act that I actually really struggle with social anxiety. Like, in person, I'm like, I try to be fun, but it's very exhausting for me. I'm extremely introverted, and like, when I have to like sort of almost pretend to be extroverted in person, like, it's super exhausting, and I just want to crawl into a hole for like 3 days after I'm with people, you know? And so, you guys, it's just like I said, it's a process. It's a journey. Be open. If you're scared, tell people. If you're, you know, if whatever it is that you're feeling, like, I did not want to go live tonight. I'm super freaking tired, but I'm going to do it now because Sara just freaking pumped me up to do it. Like, people are waiting for me. They're looking for me, and they're looking for you too, you guys. So whatever it is that you're afraid to do, I really encourage you to do it. I really encourage you to look outside of whatever it is that you're afraid to do and understand, you guys, the last thing I'm going to say is that fear is an indicator. Okay, fear is an indicator. If you are afraid to do something, that means that you need to do it. You are destined to do it. And it is the one thing that is literally going to help you break free from whatever it is that you're holding on to, and it's going to change your life. If you're afraid of something, you have to do it. Like, you have to. If you're afraid to go live, it's going to be the one thing that changes your life and changes your business. If you're afraid to message people, do it to message 5 people and see how you feel after. It's just pushing past that barrier and pushing past that wall the very first time, you know, that really is going to change everything for you. But if you're afraid to do something, that is an indicator that you need to do it. Okay. So I just want to say thank you, Sara, for coming on here, for freaking being who you are, for sharing, you know, what you shared with us, for making me cry like a child. Thank you for reminding me of who I am and, you know, and what I'm capable of. I really appreciate that. And I just want to say thank you, all of you guys, for being on here. I know it was kind of long, but I feel like it was really worth it. I discovered things about myself tonight that I forgot, and I'm just really grateful that I got to share that with all of you guys and be here with all of you guys. And I want you guys to go out there and like, and discover yourself, discover why you're doing this, and discover what it could be for you. Stop holding yourself back and just understand that you deserve this. Like, you deserve success, and you deserve to feel that love and that appreciation and that whatever comes along with success for you. Like, success looks different for everyone. It's money for some people. For other people, it's like just feeling that love and that sisterhood. Like, whatever it is, you guys, like, you deserve to feel whatever it is that you crave. Like, you deserve that. You deserve to break free from whatever it is that you're holding on to that's holding you back. Like, you deserve this, you guys, and you're in the right place at the right time, and you're here on this team for a reason. Okay. I love each and every single one of you. You guys all bring something super special and very amazing to my life. And you guys will, like I said, you'll never know like how much you really mean to me, but you really mean everything to me. And I would, whatever you guys need, like, I'm here for you. I know that there are so many people that are here for every single person on this team. And I love you all. And I'm so grateful for you. January, I'm going to see you in a few days. And I'm so excited. January's coming to visit me for my birthday. And I'm so excited. It's going to be awesome. I love you guys. Thank you for coming here tonight. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. And I can't wait to see what you guys do with the rest of your journey. Trust the process and trust the journey, you guys. It can be something so amazing for you. I really promise. 5 years, look what it's done for me. It's crazy. I love you guys. Have the best night ever. I hope you guys go live or do something crazy. Like, do something you're afraid to do after this video. I love you guys. Good night. Thank you, Sara. I love you, girl.
Love you.
Love you. Bye, guys.
Bye.